Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 vs 3 on Ghost City. Playing on Team 1 as the Praetorian Firstborn, we've got West Griffin at 13. We have got Dimdall playing as the Adept Mechanicus Explorators. And we have got Carepaint playing as the Steel Legion. Whereas on Team 2, playing as the Blood Angels, we've got Mortis. We have got Tiger Shark playing as the Praetorian Guard. And we have got Archangel playing as the Salamanders. So automatically know, without me doing my usual clicking through the general players and stuff, the positioning is all a bit wonky. So we've got poor old Archangel here, been surrounded by enemies left and right. And then we've got poor old West Griffiths 13, kind of in the corner by himself. Not sure if this was intentional. Sometimes this does happen when you're setting up a game. But it looks like that these guys are just going to brave on through it. And we can already see that West is going to build up a Praetorian barracks down over here. So if anyone brushes him, he'll be able to survive. And I assume either someone will be building up over there, or he will probably be sending a builder over. And I imagine exactly the same is going on for Archangel over here. Now, there are a whole bunch of things I need to explain about this game, as the boys here are putting a fair few settings on this, which should be able to spice things up to a normal kind of game or cast. So first and foremost, the easiest one probably to explain is that we've got weather effects on. So essentially, every now and then, different kinds of weather will be happening. Right now, there's no weather, so no interesting effects are going to be taking place. But sometimes it'll start snowing, and when it snows, up anywhere between 25% and 38% of a unit's movement speed will be decreased. So when it snows, people will be moving a little bit slower. And then there's also the rain effect as well, where kind of similar to snow, there's about 25% to 38%, depending on how heavy the weather effect is, effect on accuracy. So when it rains, punch people. When it snows, like it's doing it now. Oh my goodness! I bet the Praetorians are proper loving this. My goodness, it's like the motherland, the mother country, or the mother planet, I guess, in this circumstance. Nice and at home where they are. So yeah, I'd poor old. I mean, looks like that West is kind of surviving. I mean, doesn't seem to be being pressed too far. I suppose that's because they've got Praetorian barracks that can hide inside, so maybe heavy weapons need to be dealt with this, but. Yep, Archangel is being done in good and proper. Got the Texas Marines attempting to defend themselves. Now, one thing that I also noticed as well is that when I select one of these units, a fancy unit rank regular comes up. So they've got hero mode on. And essentially, that means that all units in this game will have experience. Now, you can get up to a maximum of, I think it's level 7 for a regular squad. Whereas commanders can go all the way up to level 9. Essentially, what that means is that when you level up, you level up by doing damage to either enemy units or enemy turrets or buildings with guns and stuff. Not sure if that affects the fire command bunker if they put some or what's the upgrade called when they get shooty bits on it. Not sure if it works for that, but essentially when a unit levels up, it gets like 10% extra health, 10% weapon damage, 5% accuracy, all that gubbins. And then when they hit level 4, if they get to that lofty level, then each particular kind of unit gets a special kind of upgrade. So, for example, melee units get something like, I think it's like a 50% health regen increase. Range unit gets like a weapon accuracy thing. There's a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff indeed. And I could go on about it for ages. There's so many things going on. In fact, I've kind of poo-pooed a little bit on the hero mode kind of thing. But actually, reading it on the Dawn of War Unification Wikipedia, which there is indeed one, if you want to know about all the... I don't think they've got like every single unit in there, but they've got a fair chunk of information there for you to take a hold of. So I highly recommend checking the Wikipedia out. It's just a quick Google search away. Yeah, enough about the setup. Let's just enjoy the game. So we've got the blood axes from Tiger Shark, destroying bits and bobs that they can around the base at the moment for the Praetorians. We've also got like plenty of space in the middle that Mortis is taking care of. The relic already been taken on his side. Got another relic over here that's been sniffed around by Tiger Shark's Welsh irregulars. Critical location in the centre as well. Does seem that the Salamanders are being BTF'd. And have you built something on your side? Can I? There we go. Have you? Ah, yes, you've got one dude down here, and the smithery is being built up. So HQ over on this side. I'm surprised that I'm not seeing a HQ down here, but we do have a Tech Priest agency ready to build up a HQ as and when it is needed. But it is probably going to take a while for these blood mercs with their big shooters to break through the Praetorian barracks, although they're doing all right. Doing all right. And actually, once they've taken command of this area, they've then got a whole smorgasbord of strategic points to take over for economic value. Although, I would assume that would probably be the smart thing to give Archangel these points, but Tiger Shark Praetorians are not known for sharing, are they? They take the land, they take the resources, just like in the days of old. God bless their wicked and mortal souls. Of a trench have been placed on top of the roofs. And this is my favourite map, one of my favourite 3v3 map. I mean, just look at it. It is just a broken down city with lots of streets to go down, corners to get stuck on, plenty of roofs to stand on top of, to fire down upon, and just a level of detail. I mean, because it's a 3v3 and there's like big factions in here, I can't strike the graphics up too high, but my goodness, my gracious, what a fantastic little map. And just look at, like, even like with relatively low graphics, the little effects on the Victorian lighting and stuff, very tasty stuff. Oh wait, the Blood Angels, they're having none of this nonsense. Oh, these blooming turrets are going to take them on as quickly as possible. With old Captain Tyker in their ranks in his newfangled golden armour. He does as he pleases. This smithery is not going down there anytime soon. Gonna slow but sure. Oh, they're just leaving a trench turret there to slowly kill it. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone coming down to repair it, so I suppose that's fair enough. And these things down here, no one's camping them at the moment. Oh no, West Griffin. Right, okay, so the Northern team decided to give their ally the Salamanders points, but no such love has been given to the Salamanders on the southern side. Are there many? Oh, I suppose they're leaving these ones for them. Okay, fair enough. So, Salamanders definitely got to protect the front lines here. Otherwise, their economy goes kaput. Do have some high pacifists sneaking around. In that, just look at that. Like, gillies in the mist, man. Just going through the shrubbery. Not shrubbery. Through the rubble. Above and beyond the call of duty. Here comes the Welsh, but they're not going to be surviving very long. Not against the might of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Glorious bayonet charge, though. You've got to appreciate where it happens. Been brought down low by the mechanical nightmares themselves. More of them will try and get the high ground. But they're not Anakin. They don't mind. They're quite capable of firing. I mean, it just makes it an easy target, really, doesn't it? You can see them easier. High pacifist. They're not going to upgrades at the moment. Dimdall's not a fan. I remember a while ago. I mean, mind you, this was 7.0, so I don't know whether this has changed. And I'm sure that Dimdall will be able to explain in lengthy detail in the comments. God bless that soldier boy himself. I'm not sure if the weapon upgrades are still not viable for them, whether it's not worth going for them. Although, I mean, I imagine, you know, if you've got spare cash, why not? Because horses standing on the roof. Ah, yes, the old roof horses. So, right, okay, well, lads, they're over there. We can see them. We can spot them over the ridges. We can't quite stab them. We're not quite within las pistol range. But they're there, gosh darn it. And they'll intimidate them until the cows come home. Or the horses go home, I suppose, in this circumstance. But everyone's just setting up at the moment. There was a lot of argy-bargy at the beginning, considering that we had to basically... Oh, no, we've still got some argy-bargy going on. The Praetorian Citadel being whittled down one Dakar at a time. Let's build a thermal plasma generator right next door, just for the good times. Oh, they've given Archangel 1 listing post. Suppose that's nice for them. A vehicular forge, built fresh by the conscripts. And plenty of generators. I do like how these guys come down in a box. Love a good box, mate. Forge looking for some upgrades for the infantry, as well as going straight in for tier 2. I imagine a lot of transporting vehicles might be quite useful in this, especially when the snow starts... Well, sorry, let me say that again. Especially when the snow starts coming down, and it's harder and harder to get from one end of the battlefield to another. Yeah, just absolutely no movement at the moment. All's quiet on the western/eastern front.
What is it, brother?
And the Des Mechanicus capturing that relic. If they're able to put a big lightning STC searcher on there, that's going to be a remarkably good thing for their defense. All this space able to fire at them. Here comes the rain. So ranged accuracy is coming down. And that's exactly what Cairpain looks like he's been waiting for. This rain to give the cover of defense for the horses. Oh, never mind. Oh, I thought it was been tactical then. But that being said, there is 1, 2, 3 heavy bolter turrets. Heavy bolter support squad on top of the building. We'll be able to fire at the scouts. Scouts are going to go invisible for a little while. Whether you went for the upgrade just now or whether they've got a toggle ability. I think he must have gone for the upgrade at some point. He's also going to go for vehicle cap increase. A machine bastion is here. Bit of posturing as the Orcs have finished with that Vistorian citadel. And now they're going to make their way over here. And that's a lot of big shooters. There's also a lot of heavy cover. Here they come, just oozing from the rubble. Spotted some bits and bobs. They've also got a bugler in their ranks as well, ready to play a jaunty tune as they open fire. The Archmagos is building that building there, so we'll be going down anytime soon. Also got that huge explosion they can bring in. Breaking the morale, also doing a fair bit of damage to all the models. Scout squad running away. Blood Axes getting within almost striking distance, but not quite. One dude is in the heavy cover at the very least. I'm sure he appreciates that. Blood Axes down here, brought down to only one big shooter. High pass base has been inspired by the effects of the Archmagos, and oh dear, triple Infernuses. That is the lead. That's the last thing that the Blood Axes want to see. While they're being routed, we do have the Steel Legion with their Rise of Pattern Hellhounds, armed and deadly with the Bane Wolf upgrades. Ideal for throwing acid in people's faces. Also do a fair bit of damage by the looks of things. Just heavy bolts to it. Horses been blasted left, right and centre, but it's at least keeping the Marines at bay for now. Got some infiltrated scouts still on top there. Got a good chunk of combat shotguns keeping the horses at bay. The horses are just kind of bolting here. They're not. Oh right, there's a little gap for them to go through in here. So assault attempted, but assault failed. So it's kind of So Northern team tried to attack this southern position, did not win, and the exact same happened, but vice versa. So good defenses on both sides. Wonderful flanking maneuver with those Infernus tanks there. Damn fine stuff. And now we are seeing the STC Stetcher with its electric bits on. Critical location in the control of Mortis. But probably won't be for much longer. He does have... Oh, he's gone for just heavy amounts of heavy bolters all around the battlefield. Archmagos will be spotted. And if anything, this gives Mortis a little bit of a look-see look into who's encroaching on his territory. Blood Axes are going to attempt to get close enough to fire through the wall, but it's not seem like they've got the vision there. Blood Axe killer can as well. Johnny the Mortis. Oh, sorry, no, not Mortis. Dreadnoughts, just regular Dreadnoughts with multi-melters. Now, team compositions here. I'd say that both team compositions are remarkably strong. You've got the Praetorian Guard with their ridiculously strong Tier 3 tanks. Same with the Blood Angels. Their vehicles in Tier 3 are remarkable. Also, their elite infantry later on in the game is pretty spectacular. And the Salamanders, well, yeah, they're pretty good as well. They're a good all-round faction, I would say, the Salamanders. Steel Legion, not sure whether they've gone for their vehicle tech path, whether they've gone for their infantry tech path, but I mean, they've got one thermoplasma generator here, but they haven't gone for the one here. The Vistorians have gone for that one. So Vistorians, much like the Adeptus Mechanicus, when it comes to late game stuff, they've got pretty powerful vehicles. If they're able to keep their harmony with the machine spirit, that's a lot of fire. But the Blood Axe Killer Can is just completely ignoring that fire, coming in for a bit of the old slice and dice. Might be good to see these Infernuses going for a cryo cannon. Actually, I don't know if the cryo cannon is good against vehicles, but we shall see if they do go for those upgrades. Cryo me a river if they don't. Aha! Justin Timberlake reference there for you. For all you 90s boys and girls. Was that song come out in the 90s, or was that the early 2000s? Either way, it's all a blur. That general Avril Lavigne era of music. Did she define the early noughties? I don't know. For some people she did, gosh darn it. You have the Lehman Russ King patterns. Mighty strong Lehman Russes. You can only get 2 of them, as is with most Lehman Russ kind of variants. And it does seem that Tiger Shark is going for quite a orc-focused build at the moment. Does seem to be going for... Oh, you've gone for that Tank Commander Exterminator. Has came out now. And I imagine we'll be going straight for those front lines to support Archangel. And yeah, he's got those Rapier Armor Destroyers as well. Salamander's got a wonderful selection of those little portable turret kind of things in the form of their Thunderfire cannons and the Rapier armor destroyers are very vulnerable, but remarkable range. Got the burner bombs, which are lovely shade of blue. Lovely shade of blue. Boys still holding on doggedly to the critical location in the middle. And we have got some long range fire being exchanged by the Dreadnought and the heavy weapon support team, but they've also got the last cannon support team in there as well. That will cause Dreadnought a lot of pain. Here comes that mighty tier 3 Predator for the Blood Angels. Just look at those cannons, like long spidery fangs. And this guy's just, he's like, no, I don't want it. Gonna bust a gut going down that hill. Out west, then going up or down a hill. That's why I very much like my hometown, the mighty Hull City. We've got one hill in our town, that's about it. That's one too many if you ask me. Tell you what, living in South Korea was an absolute pain. There's just too many hills in that country. Sort yourself out, South Korea. Flatten your land. Or, as you know, there's a lot of rain. A lot of heavy rain over there. So maybe for flooding reasons, don't. What was I talking about before? Stuff is happening. There's tanks going on. That tank commander executor, just absolute beast. Not sure if there's a better tank than that, but so far that's the best Lehman Russ variant I've seen in the game, I think. I could be wrong, but when am I ever wrong, right? When am I ever wrong? Apart from probably now. I'd admit though, they're just walking straight on in. And they're like, this is our critical location. I mean, we've got one here. We've got one in the back. We've got one in the middle. So there's only 3 up for grabs. And the team that controls the centre gets 2. So that's the thing. And with this game going on probably to the very late game, those critical locations are going to be of critical importance. That Manticore coming in there. I think that's a new unit for the 7.0 patch. More artillery for the Steel Legion. Primarily anti-infantry, heavy infantry and buildings. We have a Baal Predator on the way. Not sure if that's different from the regular Predator of the Blood Angels. The Admech are saying, right, okay, we've got the centre. Now let's push on down and kick these angry Space Marines out of our side of the map for those Primaris heavy intercessors, which means that Mortis has gone for the what's it called? The Might of Sanguinius rather than the Wings. So rather than maneuverability, it's gone for just pure dogged strength. And the Manticore just causing all sorts of issues for those backlines. Here comes double Vulture gunships. And against the Eos gun drones that are infiltrated, can't do much against them. Now going to fall back, but this relic over here is being decapped by the Orcs. They're not near it, but they believe they're decapping it. Still counts, gosh darn it. Tank commander is low on health at the moment. We're all seeing these Cilia tanks trying to come forward, but they are dinky tanks. They get no thanks for what they do. And Admech is giving up, assaulting this area, trying to come back and protect their relic from all manner of nonsense. Also, good push from Archangel here. I do like how he's not quite committed to any super duper quick teching up. He's just getting those Razorbacks out as fast as possible. Here comes the Snur, everyone moving a little bit slower. And a laser destroyer. A tank sniping machine from the Steel Legion. And Cairpain is no stranger to the Steel Legion. Been playing them more times than you have had hot dinners, young man and or young woman. Knows them like the back of his hand. Tank commander been chased around by that Archmagos Prime. Vulture gunship goes down. And what are the Vestoians doing with their time on this planet? They have got their Ogrin gun luggers. They're going for the heavy shock troopers as well as some firstborn squads. Also the Tunguska, which is... Oh, Tunguska? With a name like that, I was expecting something a little bit bigger. No, you look like just... Oh, anti-aircraft, that's what you are. Not sure if that's named after something, probably a Red Alert reference. Tunguska's a region in Russia, isn't it? I think. I could be wrong. It makes me think of a region in Risk, if you've ever played that board game. But I could be wrong again. The Baal Predator is just a more flamier version of heavy flamers. Oh no, so you're a Gatling gun version. So that's a lot of infantry to shoot at. So prime targets, prime real estate going down. This relic is currently not being captured by anyone. And all the death is incoming. These high pacifists must have a lot of experience by now. Let's see if we can figure out what kind of XP things are on the go for them. Veterans are over here, veterans there. The Cataphract class robots yet to go in there. So yeah, so these guys definitely got a lot more health than they would have originally, about 30% more if my maths is correct. 10 times 3 is indeed 30. But whether it's consistently 10 across the board, it goes down a bit. Rise upon Lehman Russ Executioners been dropped right in front of the Battle Predator. An orbital bombardment also coming in as well. Does it do friendly fire damage? It does not do it. So these guys can just stroll on through like no man's business. Ultra gunships go down. Razorbacks now move to the left hand side of the battlefield. This guy is just, again, more dancing on the battlefield. You can't dance on the battlefield, when can you dance? That's what I say. Razorback goes down. And the tank commander is on the lowest of health, but he's just going to keep on adding what kind of firepower he can for as long as he can. And so far there's been a lot of engagements going on, and not much ground has been taken or lost. It's very much a stalemate. Lehman Russ over here with a... is that a Vanquisher cannon? Well, either way, kill the Predator. Here comes the Devastators. Just chock-a-block with missile launchers, 6 in their ranks. A couple of volleys from them. Most vehicles will go down. For Devastators over here, they're not quite surviving engagement. Here comes a big push from the AdMech. They've got Steel Legion on their right flank. They've got EOS combat drones on the left. And like I say, if they're able to take out these two positions, the Dark Angels, not Dark Angels, the Salamanders, what kind of positions do you have at the moment? Where are you? Oh, this is really confusing me. You are... oh, right, it's because the Historians have set up where the Salamanders have been. Your economy is... oh, no, yeah, okay, your economy is actually doing okay. But, yeah, the only other 2 points you've got are these. So, definitely need to hold on to these areas for all their might. Otherwise, it's basically going to be 2v3 economically wise. But they've got plenty of green money, so they can do a bit of insider trading their resources. Got the Praetorian mortar emplacement, that's been shot down. Predator and Razorback on the backlines just in case. We now see the deadly jawbreakers of the Lehman Russ King pattern. It always makes me think of Ed, and Eddie when I see that upgrade. That will reduce incoming range damage a quite considerable amount. So that might actually, when they've got all their upgrades, might potentially be pound for pound a little bit better than any of the vehicles that the Southern team can bring to bear. Got a Land Raider. Also, oh, we've got the Sanguinian or Sanguary Honor Guard Terminators. And I do quite like the racing stripe they've got down on their backs. Gives me very much Slavic, oh, what's it called? Slavic sports gear kind of vibes there. I bet when these guys squat, their heel touches the ground. As they say in the old country, heels to the ground, comrade found. Heels to the sky, western spy. But these Honor Guard are just absolutely murdering these poor, unfortunate Legionnaires. They've got the little combat knives, swishing them left, right, and centre. These guys have got mighty power hammers as well as shields to reduce their incoming range damage. I assume that's what they do. Either that or just increase their general armour, which either way does the same kind of thing. You have that Tank Commander Vanquisher, which I think in this matchup is probably the superior Tank Commander variant to go for the Praetorian Guard. Archmagus Prime doing a brief T-pose before then firing some more. Skull Probe has been checked away as the shoot point over here has been annihilated. Do you have a bird tower? Is that what that little orange thing was down there? Maybe, well, we'll see later, I suppose. All commanders retreating. And the AdMech are just not moving. They point blank refuse to go anywhere. We do have the Armageddon pattern Sabre turret emplacement. God, say that 10 times fast when you are drunk. A mouthful of what's-its. And that is just a reminder. We have artillery. We could fire miles and miles ahead, but look at these boys. Look, these guys in particular. Does that artillery emplacement say? Land Raider just keep on keeping on. A regular Terminator squad over here. Plenty of Blood Angels being dropped in, while the Lehman Russes, the Sea Legion, being brought in as well. And they're knocking on Carepain's base door. And the... Not sure if this... I mean, oh, look at the absolute heroes that these guys are. I don't know if they knew that these guys... If the Knight Paladin was here. In my head, I like to imagine they were sat over here somewhere. They saw that Knight Paladin and thought, right, everyone ignore everyone around, just charge straight at that boy. Horus! It looks a bit like Horus to me. Quick, take him down. Glorious stuff. Either way, the Blood Angels really pressing on in here, showing that mighty late game power that they have. Archmega's Prime looks like he's stuck on some rocks. All commandos getting in there with some rocket launchers. But no one's budging anywhere. That Tesla coil, the range on that boy is just stupid good. Also, I do quite like the effects on it as well. Very tasty, very nice stuff. You do have a Murtaugh. Okay, fair enough. Artillery and anti-tank stuff rolled into one. Here come the mighty King patterns. And I don't know whether one tank commander, under normal circumstances, he would be able to stand up against these two, but when they've got that AdMech nonsense on a flirt around them, it's all a bit up in the air. The Steel Legion, yeah, we can kill the tanks, but they're pretty and cheap. They'll just keep on keeping on. Now they've got that Knight Paladin firing away with that mighty sounding Rattling gun. That, well, not Rattling, sorry, that's Skaven. Get my games mixed up here. That Gatling gun. Terminators are holding their ground as long as they can. You tell by the red glow on them that they've been lost to the rage, which is, no, I suppose it's not the worst thing for them when they're in melee combat, especially with the rain coming down, reducing everyone's accuracy. So this is the time for melee combat to happen, really. Mighty fine stuff indeed. Just a smear of red all the way around them. We've got a little bit of a better view there. Oh, we've got some cheeky space. Well, Devastator Marines hiding around the flanks as well, firing plasma cannons point blank into these horses. Gotta respect the madness there. These Terminators just aren't dying. They refuse to die. They've got some grumpy men to kill, but big push. Optimus is here. Oh, my map awareness is too strong, gosh darn it. And that is, as I mentioned earlier, the Salamanders shit out of luck with their listening posts. Now gone down to 71 economy, so more or less halving their income. Now also the Predators and the Razorback that was left over here is being taken care of. Sadness and badness all the way, and you are here. Alright, you are. You just came in. A little bit of a blast. While flying away. Gotta respect it. Over here we've got some shenanigans. It's the Primaris Eradicators and the Fire Drake. Oh, a Fire Drake squad. We've seen you guys before. I think we might have, but maybe they've got a different model now. Either way, this is not what the AdMech wants or needs. The Stones have lost their barracks down here. Just dreadnoughting all the things. Primaris aggressors as well. Getting all involved. But Dimdal with his Knight Paladin. So double Knights on the field at the moment. And these guys are going to fall pretty quickly. That Machine Reliquary, plenty of firepower on its flanks. The Winged Hussars, come on in. I will refrain from singing that Sabaton song that we all know and love. And if you have not heard of Sabaton before, treat yourself. It's genuinely absolute pleasure to listen to that band. So it's a tale of mixed opportunities here. A huge push coming in right down the centre. Also got a push on the northern side of these Blood Angels. Steel Legion slowly but surely being manoeuvred backwards. But how many tanks they send face first in? Seems to be struggling. Also got that Zakarian Omega tank destroyer. Look at this handsome boy. Just this dude here, and then like a little flamer in the middle just in case anyone gets a little bit too close. Absolute madness. Also got Chief Librarian Mephiston in there. Let's have a quick look at his model while we're knocking around. Not sure if his model got an upgrade, but mighty fine chap indeed. Some powerful spells on there, but can't remember what the spells do for the life of me. I assume they're buffing stuff. Maybe even a damage dealing spell in there as well, just for good measure. The Malcadors of West Griffin 13 been supported by Hypaspis and the Lehman Russ King patterns. One sat over here as well. Our tank commander Vanquisher has fallen back and he's trading some shots off with the King over there. In fact, how much damage do you do? Pound for pound? I suppose, yeah, it's going to take a while to take him down, but it's, considering that these guys have got a good chunk of resistance against ranged damage, it's not a terrible damage ratio at all. It does seem like the attack has been beaten off here. If you pardon the phrasing, well, Land Raider in fairness, which will not be doing anything much. Oh no, he says that. You have a multi-melter on that? No, you're primarily anti-infantry, aren't you? But still, comes in and burns him to a crisp. Oh, it's because we've got the Orc Commander sneaking around with their rocket launchers. Down here, Archangel sending forth some dreadnoughts around the flanks, preventing these tanks from retreating. And just the constant engagements going on here. Knight Paladin has barely left his home. His Void Shield's now been taken down. And quote me if I'm incorrect in this, but the Knight Paladins, while they do have a lot of health and a lot of armour, their main armour is the Void Shield. They can resist a lot of damage once their morale is up, but the morale basically acts as a health bar for the Void Shield. Once the Void Shield goes down, then that's, you know, sad time for them. Terminator's glowing pink, just what we like to see. And also, oh, the Sanguinian Honor Guard, my goodness. Some loads of really cool units from Mortis today. God, I mean, there's something really aesthetically pleasing about the Blood Angels, isn't there? I don't know much about their lore, I haven't read many of their books, and to be fair, their playstyle isn't exactly my cup of tea, but, I mean, just aesthetically they're mighty and awesome. Here comes another Knight. Lovely Warrior, the Chosen, spinning around in front of those tanks, trying to crush the tank factories just to reduce that production. I suppose, what is the Steel Legion's production at the moment? Or health, should I say? Or, oh yeah, you could buy tanks forever and forever. So at this point, killing the economy isn't going to be doing you too many favours in the short term. Destroy the production, destroy the tank output. Over down here, the AdMech still continuing to go forward. Anti-tank teams quite strong for the Praetorian Guard. They come out with 3 models apiece. They're all fairly decent. A Lehman Russ battle tank as well. So the defence has held the southern team, and it looks like the northern team are going to hold as well. It will take a fair while just to shake off these bad boys on the front lines. Have they managed to decap the critical location? They have indeed. I suppose we'll explain where the big Zakarian tank came from, although I don't know whether they're going to rebuild it. They are going to rebuild it, okay. The previous one did die in some form of engagement. But Angel's going to fall back. And that Knight Paladin, pretty healthy at the moment. Is Knight Paladin for the Steel Legion still alive there? I don't think it is. Must have died at some point. Sad time for them. Lehman Russ had a good quarter health there. Then, oh, is it from you Skull Swarms? Is that what you're doing? I don't think it is. No, it's just the Lehman Russ. Oh, and the Tesla coil as well then. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, so... Need to... I mean, how do you get close to this Tesla coil? He's got that range. All those guys dying more straight away. That is remarkable defensive capacity there. And, like I say, covering these strategic points. Although, still... Well, this one's now captured by West Griffin. This one's still captured by Archangel. Still benefiting a little bit economically from that point of view. Oh, we've got some nonsense going on over here. Steel Legion teleporting. Lots of Mog's Border lads on this side. Company HQs, although there are plenty of them. Also got Soldiers Mess. Upgraded 1, 2, 3 times for more squad cap. So that's where the Praetorians get their potential for more lads. Rapier Armor Destroyer, actually a pretty good idea. Keep your distance, fire at the baddies. Lee seems to be going off on his own mission. Primaris Heavy Intercessors coming on forward, being zapped by the Lehman Russ Tesla Cruiser. Lots of zappy bits for the Destroying Firstborn. That's a carrying a mega tank destroyer. Just putting in that work. I mean, just the length of those plasma cannons. Intimidating, man. Absolutely intimidating. There's more gubbins being deep stricken in. What are you? You are... Oh, just regular Terminators, fair enough. Yeah, lots of mischief going on, but no extra land being traded for the past 5 minutes. Rapier Armor Destroyers have actually, if they're constant fire now, here's the question: what's more efficient against a King pattern with its anti-ranged weapon shield? Is it something like a Rapier Armor Destroyer which got a remarkably fast firing rate, or is it something with a larger damage pool but slower firing rate? That's the phenomenon. Look at him, he's just swapping between the T-pose there. It's like quick, establish dominance repeatedly over them. Russ only doing a small amount of damage, but it is being repaired by the Tepris Engineers. Got some flanking double Land Raiders, a Land Raider in fairness, and just a regular old Land Raider, as well as those sporting Sanguinian Honor Guard Terminators. Steel Legion really showing how epic they are in defense, especially when they've got a little bit of support from those Vestonians. Knight Paladin just firing over the walls. Any baddies that come anywhere near them. What are you? You are Moria the Chosen. Come back down again. Chosen for a second time. Don't think he'll survive very long with all these melter guns incoming. Oh, seems as well that the zappy weaponry also stuns very briefly, or slows people down quite considerably when they're shot. Need to take this down. This needs to die ASAP, guys. Over on here, it's still going on. Hellstalkers should be all to the battlefield here. They need to deny this vision, otherwise you're going to have constant reinforcement coming around the flanks. This little Hellstalker is resisting the Rapier Armor Destroyers remarkably well. Third one is incoming. Praetorians have lost a good chunk. Well, I suppose they have, because they've still got all their nonsense going on down here. Oh, wrong button. All their nonsense going on down here. Still a bit of a pain to lose that. But there we go. They've all been killed, so the flanks are now secure once again. These skull swarms sneaking around like the other place. Setting fires to things. Little arsonists. And yeah. Hussar cavalry squad. They've all been broken, but they managed to shake off whatever was coming towards them. The Omega, the Alpha. Coming down. And, oh, are you the you're the Sanguinor? My goodness. Hold still, young man. He's got his cup of cherryade or wine, definitely not blood. And what do you have, like a special kind of thingamadoodad? Let's just have a quick ganders. Okay, so you boost production speed, you can kill almost anything in melee, and you boost morale and health regeneration to anyone nearby. That is useful to know. That is indeed useful to know. So I don't normally pause, but it makes sense for me to pause because that's quite a significant building, or unit, sorry. Just look how quick that was, just 2 strikes and he's down. Here he comes. Full health. And now you're not as full health as you were. Epic stuff. Epic stuff indeed. We're just going to go on main stuff. We've got the Ogrins and the Praetorians coming on the right hand, or the left hand side, sorry. The Archmage's plan coming in. Yep, they've seen quite a substantial unit coming on, and they need to absolutely focus fire on him. Otherwise, the Steel Legion are going to be a bit up shit's creek without a paddle, which will then divert resources from the front lines over here, in theory. So the hired gunships look deceptively similar to the vulture gunships that we saw from the Praetorians. There's only so many models you can make it there. There's only so many, like, when you've got like Imperial Guard factions coming out the wazoo. But, oh, Commissar Yarick! I mean, he died, but what a trooper for giving it a good solid try there. Absolutely stunning stuff. Sanguinor not keen on this. Gonna fly away, coming back for another day, I imagine. Oh no, he's gonna go in for round 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh, and show him off. Oh no, never mind. Just got caught in the crossfire, I believe. Alright, fair enough. So yeah, it does look like the Steel Legion and the, whatever you call them, the Praetorian Firstborn are mounting up a serious assault. The tanks keep on falling down pretty quickly, thanks to the Sanguinor. Has got no range attack there, so they'll be particularly vulnerable against aircraft. And it does seem like the aircraft are attempting to follow him. There's a lot of shooty bits getting in their way. Seems like he's just kind of frozen in mid-air at the moment. Wonder whether he's been stunned by anything in particular. You have to take a perfect place, put down an orbital bombardment, luring them down the tunnel, and they are not best pleased about it. Ogrin's been brought back, or knocked back, should I say, as a Sanguinor attempts to just regain all of his health. Over here, tank commander provides long-range support. There's Italian Castellan robots. God, that was painful. They're here. And much like the Cataphract robots, they are pretty beefy boys. Some powerful ranged abilities. King patterns once again back out. Forming one ball and another. One to the left, one to the right. Meet in the middle, a testicle fight. Well, that one's not mine. That's a rhyme that's not mine. It's a rhyme from the Northern Boys. If you are familiar with that wonderful rap group, highly recommend typing them into the YouTubes after you've watched this video. Amazing oratory skills. And yeah, Morris's tactic, I quite like it. It's like, right, this is where the tanks live. I will put tanks here, and that will stop Steel Legion from coming over on this side. So they either come through here, or they come through there, with the quick access to all this juicy stuff. And yeah, that's those tanks are just on the walls of Jericho. You ain't going to get through them. It's not without biblical assistance at the very least. Even Russ feeling less than healthy on both sides here. There goes one going down. Tank Commando's quite low in health at the moment. And it looks like this Lehman Russ is actually going to trade out for 2. As soon as it's also been repaired by the Archmagos, was a redonkulous repair rate. And Paspis snaking around the left hand side. Armed to the teeth with multi-melters. It's all about tank hunting at this stage now. And everyone is fairly in tier 3 or 4. As I imagine most of them are in tier 4 by now. Yeah, it's just going to be tank on tank action with supporting infantry. It's just a sheer amount of Lehman Russes that Cairpain keeps on airdropping. Commander Dante's in there. Jumping on top of the boys while giving them the old slash across the chops. And it's just... I mean, I'm lost for words, really. Just kind of... It's moments like this in Dawn of War Unification, or any Dawn of War, really, for that matter, where you just see just a battle so intense. It's quite breathtaking. I know being lost for words is exactly the antithesis of being a Dawn of War caster, but just in that moment then, genuinely speechless. It's a wonderful thing to see. Amazing that games like this exist. Morale being broken on the Legionnaires here. It's not a Legionnaires game anymore. It's all for the big boys. All three Strain Commandos, who are the... I mean, they're quite... I mean, you could either give them to be anti-infantry or anti-vehicle, depending on how you build them. One tank has gone to sleep. It's upside down. I haven't really seen these guys being used to much effect so far in the games I've seen. Considering that they are a tier 3/4 unit, I think. Right, okay, well, we've tried to go for this area. Let's go for the left area. Got my man's core. He's firing at whoever he can really get his hands on. Sanguinor has been beaten up a little bit more, quite low in health at the moment. Oh, he's been bullied by the man's core. Don't want to move him out of the way then. I suppose there's so much argy-bargy going on. It's easy to forget any loose and stray models. That Omega tank is just holding that line. More or less solo if you ignore these Primaris heavy intercessors with their broken morale. Sanguinor jumps straight in. He sees that Knight Paladin and he wants a slice. He's got plenty of Furiosa Dreadnoughts surrounding these tanks. Yeah, if they can take out these King Patterns, that will give the Praetorians and the Salamanders plenty more space to worm their tanks on in. Only one squad of high pacifists left. But I imagine they have racked up quite the serious skill level. Unless they're fairly new ones. Have a look at yours. Oh yeah, they're fairly new. Still veterans, gosh darn it. They've earned their keep. They survived for more than 15 seconds on the battlefield, which is better than your average guardsman. So we'll take that. Granadante joining the troops for a multi-slam down on these Leman Russes. Sanguinor is still alive, can't believe it. No one's dampening his spirits. No one's pissing on his bonfire, or in his conflicts for that matter. With every assault that comes in, we've seen the Morris losing more and more of the Machine Bastion area. The little district they knew and loved so well. Attempting decapping of the... Oh, is it recapping? Oh, it's attempting decapping of the Adeptus Mechanicus' relic. Though I don't think they can build any more relic units. I think they've only really got the Knight Paladin. I'm fairly certain. Could be wrong, could be mistaken. New Tesla coil to really ruin the day of any outsiders. A shocking revelation, someone would call it. But I'm not going to say that, because that's too cheesy of a joke. I can't say jokes like that until I'm a father. Then I will go no farther. Again, another playing wise. Look at me, I'm hilarious. Wasted Dawn of War casting. I should have been a comedian. Should have been a comedian indeed. There's a lot of stuff going on. Predators with their multi-melters are going to give these guys a taste of their own medicine by attempting to destroy their own listing posts. And Archangel quite far behind in the early stages of the game, as was West Griffiths, but both of them showing that they can bounce back from all the bad stuff. And also, I mean, yeah, it's just being able to contribute to your team, even if you're not able to put a full-blown army on the battlefield. Even a couple of strategically placed tanks here and there can make all the difference in a protracted firefight, which is what we are seeing now. Oh, the fall of Stalingrad. Oh, they never fell, did it? The Battle of Stalingrad. A lot of fighting has got to go into holding each street, each block, each room. War is a terrible thing, boys and girls. Definitely fun to watch in the form of a video game. The Knight Paladin over here just throwing off some cursory shots on the left hand side. Blood Angels not pressing their advantage too far. They know that the Sanguinor is probably going to die in the next engagement. Do they go for another one? I assume it's very expensive and takes a while to build. But if they can build them once, they can build them twice. They have the technology. Fire everywhere. Fire and brimstone. Going on walls and over. Yes, the more... I mean, again, like I say, economic damage is going to do that much at this stage of the game. I don't think. I mean, what is it? The Steel Legion? Yeah, you've got fair bit of money. The Salamanders, you're not doing all that happy at the moment. Although you do have plenty of green money. The Blood Angels, you're doing fine. The Praetorian Guard, not so much. And oh, so you were the Vestorians. Okay, you're fine. Tiger Shark has got £1 million. He's hoarding all the treasure. Will do amazing if he wants to get out the biggest and baddest of units. Whether he decides to go for that or not remains to be questioned. After all, if you build a big bad relic or critical location unit, it does take up a fair chunk of your economic resources and also your vehicle and or squad cap, which will provide them less flexibility. It's not like when you've got these tanks here, 2 of them can go left, 2 of them can go right. No. If you've got 1 unit and you put all your money and squad cap into it, you better be damn sure they're going to give them support and love. Just Demolisher blasted away. It's carrying Omega tank destroyers, barely taking a scratch of paint. Here comes Sanguinior for another pass. Straight on top of that tank. And the tanks are the ones you want to kill. Ignore the small fry here, forming his Legionnaires. Although they do have missile launchers, so maybe from the perspective of a vehicle, maybe that's one way to take them on. And this is quite the tenor for the Bucks. It's very confident that the left, well, should I say the northwestern side of the map was controlled by the Admech and the Vestorian Guard. But, oh shit, what was I saying? I do apologise, I've lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be quite similar. They'd come down here, take over this, hold on to it for dear life, much like the Blood Angels have done. But no, they've not quite been able to amass the fighting forces necessary to keep them at bay. Sanguinior kills that tank blocking the path. Now also got Commander Dante and his True Blue. What are you? Behold my mouse over here. Sanguinior on the guard. Huge amounts of lasgun fire. And shown their full might. Now it does seem the Blood Angels are going to walk into Kerpain's base more or less unannounced and unimpeded, really. Attempt to build more tanks, but these are just your lowly Armageddon pattern chimeras. So won't be winning any beauty pageants. Not anytime soon at the very least. But the auto-cannon upgrades though. Yeah. At the risk of sounding like a broken record. Here come the Stormtroopers. Seeing if they can get some multi-melter guns in the ranks, which will help them amazingly take on any kind of structures that they come across with. Sanguinior falling back. Arcurian Storm Commander, or Stormhammer even. Oh, that's the one that I voice acted. Marvellous. Well, now this is the best Baneblade tank I've seen. Am I biased? Absolutely. I'm allowed to be. Triple las cannons on either side. Dual wielding big old cannon. And another cannon just about. Vehicles beware of the might of the Arcurian Stormhammer. Reading you loud and true, sir. That's what he says. Commandos slunking around the ruins. I'm not having many opportunities to pick off targets here. Command location, or should I say the critical location in the centre. Now been controlled by Carepain. And do you have any big boys to bring forth with your newfound critical location? Or do you not have a relic? No, you don't have a relic. There's only 3 and they're in the centre of the map. Alright, fair enough. Blood Angels doggedly staying in position here. The Knight Paladin been focused by the Omega tank. And it's doing alright at DPS actually. Not the worst I've seen against the Titan. And who are you bringing to the fray? These are Dreadnoughts. Dreadnought and Dreadnought action potentially. Predator, see what it can do, and at the moment the Northern team have done a fine, stellar job of defending. But I'm not sure if they're able to bring more lads over for defensive reasons. High pacifists a little bit slow on the draw there, and they will come across face to face with Stormhammer. Not as good as Arcurian Stormhammer, but it'll do. It'll do, Mr. Canoe. Plenty of Hellstalkers. And I mean, I'm surprised that we didn't see the Northern team go for more deep striking players. I mean, we saw 1 or 2 of them. But I mean, like, say for example, when there was like lots of like posturing and standing still over here, put a few Hellstalkers on the backside and sandwich them in. That might have been a play to make. But again, I'm not entirely sure. Ashmegos just spaffing all over the Chosen here. The Steel Legion hiding in the corner. They are losing most of their base, if not all. Are they rebuilding anywhere? Yes, you are. I got a fire control bunker in there. That's sweet, that's nice. And as well as the Knight Paladin strolling on in like he owns the place. We also have that Machine Reliquary with the gun add-on. I don't know why, but Machine Reliquaries almost make me think of shopping centres. Those ones with the glass roofs. That's what I think of when I see those. Got a fire behind gunship that's on fire for whatever reason, and now it's dead. So it tried doing stuff, but to no avail. No avail indeed. That Vestonian barracks being destroyed for a fair time. It's not a huge vibe for them. And what did you summon? Oh, it's another Lehman Rust Demolisher to deep strike into the enemy lines. Again, I think we saw this a little while ago with a Steel Legion player. Can't remember who it was, but essentially we keep on randomly dropping tanks into the middle of enemy territory, thinking they would survive, but all these guys here are quite capable of destroying a vehicle in their midst. Might be an idea to just airdrop them, and maybe like behind enemy lines, and then push them from a completely different angle, just see if you can confuzzle their brain a little bit. Praetorian tank seems to be doing that much damage when that Volge shield is up. Tense attention to the Skull Swarm. Also got some commandos in here, just a good measure. Hellstalker though will rip apart our mega tanks, so will fall back. Yeah, generally Lehman Russell want to avoid any heavily armed and heavily armoured infantry in melee combat. Sanguinor still low on health.
We're here.
He's not regenerating his health as I'm not sure he was faster earlier on. It seems faster. Or maybe that's just confirmation bias. Here comes the big tanks, the big boys. Saying, little Admech, let me in. Before I blow the hairs on your chinny chin chin. Like 3 big tanks, that's the most amount of big tanks I've ever seen in my days. I mean, maybe in Ultimate Apocalypse we've seen more. Unification, certainly. The Knight Paladin is going to hide in the corner. I do apologise. Been cast for a long time yet. Not sure if hiding in the corner is what the Paladin wants, but probably what he needs. That Void Shield down here, going to be surviving all that long. Decapping the strategic points for the Steel Legion. While Mara's Heavy Incest is continually using their las cannon, or las grader, sorry, to full effect. Aegis combat drones floating around in the centre of the map. He's killed the Steel Legion. He's about to kill the Praetorians. Unless, of course, you've built stuff elsewhere. Hold on. Have you built stuff? Shit, hold on. What am I doing? Praetorians, have you built stuff else?
Ready to do the grunt work.
Shit. Right, okay, there we are. Oh, go away. Don't know my builders. So if this Praetorian Citadel does go down and no builders escape it, well then you're a bit unlucky, mate. You're a bit unlucky indeed. Look at the sheer obnoxious size of that Armageddon nuclear reactor. And these big tanks slowly but surely getting lower and lower on health, but all you need to do something in the game is have 1 HP. That's all you need to make that all-important dice roll. It might change the course of the whole battle itself. But all flanking is now well and truly gone out the window here. They are now just fighting on survival mode. Asking for a tech priest agency, in fact triple tech priest agencies from the Praetorian Citadel. Might be an idea to place one. I know, can you place them down on these sides? I suppose that's still the frontline issue, isn't it?
My hands, the machine.
Sangman are still floating around like a very sexy pigeon. Nice combat drones. Snaking around in the air, but not for much longer.
Priesthood of Mars answers.
Oh wait, that was a solid, like 40 minutes of engagement there. And it's almost weird being able to hear my own thoughts. For a brief second, at the very least. What's been firing at you? Oh, it is the... it's the usual suspects. Plenty of machine reliquaries with las cannons on the front there. And what are you dropping bombs on? Not sure if you were dropping bombs on anything. Unless that was the Praetorian Firstborn doing that. One thing I would like to see these guys do more, while they had the critical locations and the relics, is do a bit more of their Knight Paladins, I think. I think the Paladins could have been a lot more aggressive used, especially if you bring a builder near them. That's the one advantage a vehicle relic unit has above a non-vehicular regular unit, and that is that they're able to... Oh, Lord Vulcan, you're here. Is that they're able to reinforce, repair their health, rather than having to just wait for that slow health regen, maybe surrounding them with apothecaries. But they're holding on, gosh darn it. Holding on for dear life. Seems like West Griffiths is controlling the right-hand side of the battlefield. And Russia, not Russia, the Adbek just doing stuff. I'm getting my phrase mixed up here. All this talk about Western Front and the Eastern Front. Still keen to try that World War II idea for the cast in the future. That Stormhaven gunship, nose to the ground, is dying pretty quickly. More saying, kill them now. And that's what he intends to do. I see some flanking maneuvers on the right hand side. The legionaries, they're packed to the brim of missile launchers, and if no one notices them, quite something. But the Alpha Strain commandos will probably see them. Knight Paladin falling back to higher ground. Saying to all these little ones here, quick, please protect me. While the Archmagos repairs us. Trying to get that repairing in. Seems to have to do a little bit of damage to him, actually. That was a very fast repair rate, all things considered. Force is now setting up shop down here. Waiting for some more health regen before they come even further. Strain. Now we're staying on the floor. Blood and guts. Fertilising these once fertile fields. Well, supposed to were never fields here, where they're maybe they were a long time ago. Go on, Vulcan. Just get in there and bonk things with your hammer. He wants to boot the Snoo. The Snoots are being booted left, right, and centre. How can these mere mortals step up to the mighty Primarch of the Salamanders? Got that blue flame on the go. And that one dude in particular. A quick way to go, to be sure, but can't imagine he wanted it. My paladin stuck between a rock and a hard place. If he goes left, he has to deal with all this stuff. If he goes right, he has to deal with all of this stuff. And Campaign says no more. He's been taken out from this side of the map. Didn't have really much else going on for him. Dimdal says GG. Oh, what a GG that was. My goodness, really impressive slow push to the southern side by the Admech, while being supported by the Praetorian Firstborn. Match made in heaven, thematically at the very least. And just mortals with those Blood Angels. Crikey. They just would not move. He came as relic, he said this relic is mine, and then he refused to elaborate and did not leave. And that Sanguinor been used very tactically since he was low on health. It's turning all the infantry into the reddest paste you've ever done did seen. The Admech aren't so easily beaten, not so easily demoralised. Mighty Stormhammer on the way. All the Admech and the Praetorian have really got for them going on at the moment. Is some mobile HQs, a Knight Paladin that's been brought down, landing flat on the faces of their opponents. Doing no damage, obviously. More Salamander stuff. I assume it's Dreadnoughts. No, it's not, it's Fire Drakes. And one Dreadnought, okay. Just Dreadnought, no plural needed. Dimdal sent back to the Shadow Realm. Rule Britannia, absolutely Tiger Shark. God save these United Kingdoms of Northern Ireland, Great Britain and Gibraltar. Although I thought you were being... Yeah, I was going to say you've got the French colour scheme. But I suppose even the French got to recognise greatness when they sniff it. Yeah, really close, I would say, up until maybe the 45 minute mark. It was all really just down to... I think, I mean, yeah, okay, these guys were having lots of back and forth, but there was no real victory happening from the perspective of the Praetorian Guard or the Admech. It was really all down to Mortis just being like, right, I live here, and then slowly but surely, after push being pushed back by the Steel Legion, eventually they broke through, and that's what did them in the end. And like, these guys were providing a lot of support to the Steel Legion when they were being pushed through, which did them major benefits. But then when they started concentrating more on pushing down here and didn't provide the Steel Legion that level of defensive support, that was when the Blood Angels were able to get on through and cause all sorts of mischief. So, as is always in these 3 vs 3s and 4 vs 4s and 2 vs 2s, teamwork makes dream work and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much, boys, for sending that game into the Discord. Very much enjoyed that one. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Link in the description as always. My name's Mr. Landshark. Pleasure's always, never short. No, see you in a bit. Peace.